Hello, what is going on, guys? Now, I know just like every day, let's do a quick sound check. Let me know that you guys can hear me and it's all good. So, post in the chat if you can hear me or not. I have to count till five because there's like a 5 seconds delay between the moment I speak to the moment you hear me. So, let me know. Good sound. Okay, let's begin. Now, whoever made it to day three, congratulations. Most people just quit super early. I doubt we're going to see as many people as on day one because most people are just lazy fucks. Everybody's just super lazy. That's your competition, guys. You literally have no competition. Most people are lazy fucks. Okay, maybe I should wait a few more minutes. Sorry, seconds, because I see the counter is going on and probably people joining, and I don't really want people to miss anything. Because then I get carried on, the live gets too long, and people don't listen to that. Oh no, that's too intimidating. Going to listen to like 90 minutes, whatever. Okay. Yeah, Aro is live. That's correct. You asked me before when I go live, and I told him. I think Michael G is live as well. But whatever. This is what it is. Okay. I think we stalled enough and we can begin. Wait, do you guys want me to schedule it for another time if you go listen to Arno? I don't really mind. I'm too busy anyway, so if I get an excuse not to deliver, then I'm fine with that. Just let me know if I should continue. You want to go listen to Arno or Michael? I'm okay with that. I'm not going to take it personally, I swear. So my chat's frozen. I don't know what you guys are texting. Give me a minute. People, okay, I don't see anything. Wait. Okay, I think we crashed the server or something. So many texts, I don't see anything on the chat. Hold on. Guys, my chat is still frozen. I don't see what you type. So I'm sorry for the delay. That's super annoying. Okay. I don't see anything yet. I don't know. I'm trying to refresh. So many texts at the same time. You guys broke the chat. Yeah, I think we're back. Okay. So Arno finished. We can continue. Right. Let me add some slow mode. You guys are destroying. I don't see anything. Okay, we seem to have slow mode active already, so that's good. Okay, so yeah, congratulations to whoever made it to day three. That's some sort of accomplishment because most people are a bunch of quitters. Now, even in my military days, the first week is the week that most people just left. So I'm curious to see who's gonna last past the first week. I'm genuinely curious because at the beginning we had like I think 7,000 of people who just joined and did the first task, but the second day just dropped massively. So we shall see. You know, it reminds me of a funny story. When I joined my Muay Thai gym, I arrived and I asked for a yearly membership. And my coach said, "Are you sure about that?" I said, "Well, why not? Am I gonna get like a special price or something?" He said, "Yeah, there's actually a special price if you sign up and prepay for a year. But are you sure that you want that?" I said, "Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I?" He said, "No, because most people don't make it past month three. Like by the third month, 90% of people who sign up just disappear." I'm like, "Bro, did you just call me a quitter? I'm not gonna quit. Take the yearly membership." And by the fourth month or something, I told him, "Hey, do you see?" I'm like, "This is the fourth month." I didn't lie. I said, "Yeah, you're not one of those quitters." So yeah, yes, I'm not a quitter, but most people are, and it was devastating to see like so many people sign up, but then just disappear. Especially during COVID, where it gave some more people an excuse not to attend. But yeah, That's the unfortunate reality that most people are fucking lazy. All right. So I'm gonna go over the day 2 test and see how you guys did, because I asked you to revise your list and see if you did it better. Now, on first glance, I do see that you guys massively improved. I see much longer text. I'm not going to read everything because it seems to be very long. But yeah, I'll give you an advice, guys. The longer it is and more quality and life there is, more description, the better it's going to be working for you. Otherwise, it's just things that you write and they mean nothing. But when you describe it, when you breathe life into those qualities, like you get to live through that. So then you can embody the quality. If you don't know how it's portrayed by yourself, like how your, let's say, your future self are going to project those qualities to the world, it's just not going to make any sense for you. So yeah, good job to those who did this. I'm reading some. Some of you still didn't understand the task, I see. That's it. For example, somebody says, be brave and be able to save your family and don't fear anything except God. That's not the way that it works. Now, the guy, well, I don't want to say names, but anyway, if that's you, go back and read my example. Oh, yeah, no, that's bad. Loving, kind, caring. No, again, I already explained. This is a bad one. But anyway, we're going to go through that several times during this challenge, because that's super important. And by the way, somebody asked me what's the difference between our task and the one that I think Dylan gave everybody to, like, create an alter ego or something. My problem with alter ego, and I know those strategies, I know everything. The problem with alter ego is it kind of makes you feel like this isn't you. So it doesn't feel authentic at all. Now, when you do my exercise, you can feel like it's genuinely yourself. Like, this is you. This is who you've always been. You just let yourself be your authentic self. Now, this is my personal perspective. Now, if you disagree with me, if there's another system that works better for you, by all means, do that. I'm not going to force my ways on you when you have a better way that works for you. So always get the best that works for you. I hope it makes sense. My system is, as I said, my system. I can't force it and I can't make it work for everybody else. But if you find something that works better, do that. Okay, I'm reading some more, but yeah. Too many that didn't get the idea. All right, so if you go back and see if you did this properly. If not, submit it again. Take an example by what I posted, which are generally taken from my sheet. So you see, it's descriptive, it has life. You can imagine the person living with that. It's much more descriptive and liveful than fucking kind, brave. Okay. Anyway, now today I wanted to get you into designing your day, or let's say better, structuring your day. There are many systems. There are not one exclusive system that works best for everybody. But I'm going to teach you my system, which is actually quite basic. I don't have something sophisticated. I'm not using some extreme special tools and custom stuff. In my mind, the simpler a system is, the easier it is for you to follow it. That's what I believe. Now, if you go with some ridiculous system and tasks and applications, I don't think that's going to be effective. I never found it effective for me. All right. So at the beginning of every weekend, it can be Saturday night, it can be Sunday night, whatever. You're going to take a piece of paper and start to list everything you have for the next week. Now, I don't know what you have for the next week. It could be a job, it could be school, it could be another task that you already decided to do. And you write it all down on paper. Some of them are going to be repeated, some of them are not going to be one time. For example, let's say you have to assemble a cabinet or something, I don't know. You have to go to the post office to pay your bills. Or you have to go to the bank, I don't know, to deposit some money. All of those tasks, you should write them down. It doesn't matter how small or big it is, just write it down, everything. And the smaller the task is that you put into your task list, the better it's going to be. because then it helps you really structuring your day and avoiding any surprises and unexpected things coming up. Because many times we just tend to forget that we have to do something, and we go to do the thing we forgot because apparently that's urgent, and then we miss on other things we plan to do, and it never works out. So just list everything. Now I'm going to tell you, list even things that as basic as eating lunch or going to the grocery store, because you want to be as organized as possible. So there are no surprises, and no thing that you forgot. Anything should be listed. There's nothing small enough not to be listed in your fucking to-do list. Yes, even going to getting a shower or cooking your lunch, everything. Just write it down. Then what I recommend is in brackets next to it, you allocate a specific amount of time. Like how much is it going to take to you? And then you're going to see what are you spending your time on. Like, for example, you list like getting a shower and then you add 30 minutes. Like, why is your shower taking 30 minutes? Or going to the bank or something, that's another hour. And you start to see that there are things that you just tend to spend time on which you shouldn't, which brings us to the next step. Now we're going to structure the task using what's called as the Eisenhower metric system. Now I'm sure that most of you have heard of that. That's not a very unique system. I didn't make it up. It's actually pretty famous, which is made of 4 quarters. Let me pull it up and I pass it in chat. So it's basically 4 quadrants of a system, like of tasks that you have to do. Let me post it in the chat so you all see what I'm talking about. I'm posting it in the bootcamp chat, so none of you are going to just post messages and nobody will see it. Okay, so check the bootcamp. This is the Eisenhower matrix. Once you have all your tasks, now you're starting to put them in the quadrants. Now you see you have important and urgent. These are the things that you have to do as soon as possible. Then you have not urgent but important. Now these are still things that you have to do. So then you just schedule to do it down the road. This could be something as basic as like going, I don't know, to renew your driving license or whatever, things that you have to be there in person, but it's not the end of the world if you just delay it to the time that you're less busy. Then you have things that are not important and but still urgent. Now, things that are not important and urgent can be like, I don't know, taking your car to the mechanic, buying things from the grocery store, things that you have to do that are very important, but it's not that important that it's going to be you. So these are things that you delegate. Now, a lot of people, especially people who are broke, they have a problem with delegation because delegation usually costs some money. Now, I admit I have a problem with this as well, but not from the money perspective. I have a problem from the performance perspective. Now, I am a very, how would I say that, a perfectionist, because I have a very high standards for myself. Like every work I do, I aim for the top standards. Like I don't like to compromise on the quality of my work. It's always the best. But the problem with it is I'm spending tons of time. I find myself spending shit ton of time doing things that are unimportant, but just because I really like to do things properly. But in the end of the day, I could have paid somebody else to do that and also save a bunch of money because my time is very expensive. So if I pay somebody to do something for me, I actually make more money. But that's a problem that I have to deal with. I can't stand other people doing my job, and doing it, let's say, in a lower standard. Like very recently, I needed to replace the faucet in my kitchen, and I didn't have the time to do it myself. This is one of the things that I like to do, like just work with my hands. Like it makes me feel good. So I called somebody to do it, and he did this, and I paid him a nice amount. But I don't care about the money. But I was extremely disappointed that, like, I had some scratches on it. It didn't fit very well. Like it was sloppy. So that's pissed me off. I was pissed off for like a day. Like I should have done it myself. Now I'm spending more energy being pissed instead of just getting through it. It was like 20 minutes work for me. But 20 minutes is too much of my time. It's like $200 or something that I spend at the bare minimum. So anyway, yeah, delegation is good. Always find somebody you can delegate the bullshit to. It can be your younger brother, it can be your younger cousin, or it can be somebody that you just pay a bunch of bucks to do something for you. Now, I pay for lots of stuff, for example, picking up my mail or whatever. I'm not going to drive and to the post office and pick up boxes or some shit. I'm just paying somebody like $5 and I get it done. So yeah, delegation is important. And then we have the last task, which is delete. It means it's not important and it's not urgent. These are the things you shouldn't be doing at all. For example, browsing TikTok. Unless it's your job and you have to post something on social media, delete it completely. That's a major waste of time. Everything that you don't have to do and it doesn't add anything to your life, get rid of that. So my first mentor, he actually taught me this lesson very early on. He said, if it doesn't add to your life, then it necessarily subtracts. If it doesn't add anything to you, if it doesn't give you any benefit, then it takes benefit. Then it ruins you. Then it's bad. There's no in between. There are no harmless things that you do. Like watching TV or something, unless there's a purpose, it's just a waste of time. Now, are you not allowed to waste time just to calm down? Yes, but it all depends on your priorities. So that's something to keep in mind. So as we said, all of your tasks that you've written down, everything that you have to do throughout the week. And what I do, I also open my calendar. Now, whenever somebody schedules with me, I said, send me an invite to my email so it gets to my calendar. So at the beginning of the week, I just open my phone when I'm structuring my to-do list and I see a bunch of meetings that I have to attend. So it's very helpful. That's this way I never forget. And after you went through the quadrant filter and you got rid of the bullshit, or you delegated it, or you just scheduled things properly, now you get to structure your day. So how do you structure your day and how do you structure your week? My rule is harder things first. Always. Always do the harder things first. Why? Because then you get rid of the hardest task and everything else just seems easy. I'm sure if a single one of you been to the gym and you just did some barbell curls, for example, you did some barbell curls, I don't know, dumbbell curls, doesn't matter, with let's say 10 kilos or something. Then you pick up your phone, it's like 200 grams and it feels extremely light, extremely easy, right? So it's the same thing. So once you get done with the hardest task first, everything else just feels busy. If you do it the other way, you start with the easy ones, then the longer you go, the harder things start to feel, and you will most probably going to just drop off. Unfortunately, that's what happens to a lot of people. I have a friend who puts his leg day like at the last day of the week, and the leg exercise are going to be actually the last ones. Guess what? He never does leg day. He never gets to train his legs. He's just, oh no, man, I'm already tired. I did my arms today, and now I'll do some legs. Nah, maybe next week. And he never gets to it. So there's a lesson for you. The harder things first. Because let's be real, guys. Even if you would not like to admit it, our energy is finite. It's like we don't have unlimited amount of energy. We get tired, we get exhausted, and you want to invest most of your energy into the most important task and the harder ones at the beginning of your day. You don't want to just exhaust everything on the bullshit, and then once you get the important stuff, you can't do that. It happened to me a lot when I just, okay, I feel tired, I can't really continue to do that to accomplish a very hard task, so I had to just reschedule it, which sucks. You don't really want to do that. So always do the harder things first, and then the harder things also at the beginning of the week. Like if there's something very, very difficult, it has to be the first thing that you do on the day, on the first week. So this is the way to structure your day. Also, by the way, guys, if you feel tired, it's okay to take a nap. I already said that. It's better if you take, let's say, 1 hour break to take a nap and recharge, and then your performance is like at 80%. Then just carry throughout the day, working at like 50% output. It just sucks, and you keep waiting till it's night and you can get back to sleep. But nothing gets done on higher standard. So this is shit. But here's the thing. If you do plan to take a nap, add it to your fucking to-do list. Yeah. I know it sounds weird, but add everything. So once you start to structure it, now you get an idea what you can do. Here's another thing. I told you to quantify how much each task is going to take you. And that has a purpose. Because now you can break every task down and schedule your day. Now, what I like to use is take a timer. Just right behind me. I can't show you that. I have a timer with a magnet. It's stuck to my whiteboard, which has all the tasks written on it. And this is my system again. If you want to use your phone, use your phone. I'm old school, guys. I like to use physical things that are in front of me. Although I am starting to like using Siri more and more. I don't know. It's getting more comfortable. Like I yell Siri the task and it adds to my to-do list, and then I tell it, Siri, count down to 5. And then it just works. Yeah, sorry, disable. I don't want it to count now. So yeah, guys, if you want to get a timer, get a timer. I can show you mine. Let me just post a picture because I know everybody was going to ask what timer they use. Let me find a photo. Yeah, something super basic. Looks like this. So I just spin it, set it for let's say 30 minutes, and then we go. Okay, I posted it. So you see what I have. This is my setup. Again, you can use your phone as well if you want, or you can use your computer, doesn't matter. But the way it works is it gives you a deadline. So it actually pushes you. You're racing the clock. Now, if you give yourself unlimited amount for a task, you're just going to carry out for an unlimited amount of time. You're just going to get lazy. But if you have a task, let's say you have to write an email, and that's going to be 30 minutes. Now you have 30 minutes to finish because after those 30 minutes, you have something else. But guys, don't be an idiot and put endless tasks and give yourself such little time. You have to be realistic with yourself, but it still have to be challenging. Like ideally, let's say writing an email, it can take you like 30 minutes. Do it in 20. Always try to beat your clock. That's a very good advice that I can give you. It makes you more efficient. Okay, next. Once you have your day planned out and your week planned out, so you basically know what you have to do and you can just get to it and become more efficient. Now, I'm thinking, should I discuss goal setting now or on the next day? I think the next day, because this task is already big enough. The problem is, I'm trying to think. Did you cover why you're showering twice a day already? What? Oh man, some people are absolute clowns, which is funny. Okay, let's see if we have some questions. What's your words for anger? I don't understand the question. Okay, I think you guys already get the first task, which is to structure your week and structure your days. That's basically what you should be doing tonight. And then we're going to discuss goal setting if you don't have ones. I assume since we're already on the third day of the year, most of you already have goals. I assume that. If you want me to cover goal setting, we will do that in the next call. Let's see, I'm reading more questions. Let's see some questions. More questions about music. Guys, we already covered music. You don't do music because music gives you pleasure for nothing that you actually earn. Like, oh, you just feel good. It's the same as eating sugar. You feel good by doing nothing. Can you talk about yourself a little bit? Would make us all less confused. Go listen to my first talk. I already explained who I am, what I do, and why you should listen to me. Let's see more questions. Does gym count as something can be urgent and important, or it's more of a non-urgent but important? Gym is never that urgent, but it should be very high on your list. For example, for me, it's like the third or fourth task in the day. So I wake up, I do my morning routine, which is cleaning and grooming, like shower, shaving, and everything else. And then I start to get to the most important things in work. So it can be like one or two tasks that needs like emergency handling. Then I just get to the gym. I want to get rid of my gym or to just cross it off my list as soon as possible because I don't want to get to the night and then I'm tired. These days I'm exhausting. And then I go to the gym, drag myself, and it feels super shitty because I don't have enough energy to just push myself to the limit working out. So then I get shitty workout. The gym is full of people because it's evening and everybody just after job, and it's shit. So gym, I put it on one of the first things in my day. Same for martial arts training. Yes, the disadvantage is if you push yourself too hard, then you're getting a little bit tired to do work. But I prefer this over the alternative of getting to the gym without being efficient at all. Okay, somebody is at the gym while listening to me. Yeah, keep working, guys. Good job, bro. Good job. Okay, let's see more questions. Let's see. Okay, somebody is posting this. I don't know what's that. That looks like astrology for man. Somebody posted the map, like whichever direction your head is pointing towards, like west, east, north, and then it means something. I don't know. I think it's like astrology for men. I don't think it's real. But again, if something works for you, if something gives you benefit and makes you feel good, you're welcome to do that. Okay, yeah, I see people are asking for apps recommendation. I don't have a recommendation for an app because I use the basics of the basics. I'm using a fucking whiteboard. Like it's 6 feet wide or something. It's really big, and that's what I like to use. I also use it to just write out ideas, to sketch plans. I really like having a whiteboard. I think it really improved my productivity and performance. So that's another tip. If you want to get a whiteboard, do that. It's going to help you. Of course, as long as you use it. Ace, how can something be urgent but not important? Wouldn't urgent already mean at least some level of importance? No, you have to understand urgent and important are not the same thing. An urgent thing to do, an urgent thing. So urgent and important are things that you have to do as soon as possible. It has to be you doing that. Urgent and not important mean it doesn't have to be you. It can be anyone else. Like if you have to take your car for emergency maintenance, your car broke down. Yes, that's an absolutely important. That's very urgent thing. You need your car. That's your job. You must take your car to job or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You want your car fixed as soon as possible. That's important. But it doesn't have to be you, does it? Like, does it make any difference if you're the one taking your car to the mechanic? No, not really. And the same thing is if you decide you want to treat your car. I like to service my car as well. Well, back when I had a different car, I had the time for that, and I didn't really give a fuck if it broke down or not from me messing around. But yeah, I really like to work with my hands. I already said that. And servicing a car is something that I like to do. So it doesn't have to be me, right? Changing oil, doing all this kind of thing, it doesn't have to be me, but it's very important. So I gave somebody else to do that. Right? So I hope it makes sense. Urgent and important are things that you have to do right now. There's a meeting that you have to be there, you have to go. That's urgent and that's important, and it has to be you. But something that's urgent but not important means it doesn't have to be you. You give it to somebody else. Like paying your fine. You have to pay a fine for a speeding ticket. Cool. It's urgent. The deadline is today. But it doesn't mean that you have to want to be paying us. This is why executives and important people, they all have minions. So the important things, the urgent thing, they just delegate to the minions. Like, oh, I need to go to a meeting, like get a car or something. So they do that. And even the more not important things, just somebody else is just lifting off things off your schedule, so you don't have to worry about them, and they're not taking your time. But that's for a level that's beyond most of you. Now, even me, I don't really like minions. I don't like that. Okay, more questions. Let's see. How old are you, bro? Approaching 30. Techniques to falling asleep quickly for a nap? Bro, just work hard. When you work hard, and then you're getting tired, it happens. How many tasks is on your daily to-do list? A lot, because I put down everything, like every little thing. That includes getting lunch, and that includes taking a shower. Every little thing, it's on my to-do list. I know it sounds weird. Like, why would you put like dumb things or small things or even things that can take you 10 minutes? Because I want to do what I'm spending my time on. You have to understand the basic tenet of life. Anything that you're not measuring, you can't improve. Right? I'm sure it makes sense. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it, and you can't improve that. This is why companies are tracking their earnings, because once you know how much you earn, you can aim for, you can know if you're doing better or worse, and you can see what you can improve. So that's very important. So I write down everything, a little thing, everything. Oh, I'm 20 minutes of reading in bed. Yeah, I fucking write it down. Everything is scheduled. Now, I would say that I'm not some schedule Nazi that it must be written, and Like there are surprises in life. There are things that you're just doing spontaneously, and that's okay. But at least at the very beginning, I want you guys to be extremely strict, super strict in your schedule. Like if it's not on your list, don't do that, unless of course it's like something super urgent, like a cop has stopped you, right? So if a cop stopped you in the middle of the day, are you not going to stop because you're rushing to write an email? No, of course not. You have to be reasonable. But at least at the beginning, be as strict as possible. Why? Because once you go as strict, and the challenge is that